I was just sitting here reading about Hungarian small arms. If you're ever interested in the subject, any edition of this book, I have 5 of them, 5 different editions. This is the, I think the 11th. Yeah, it's the 11th. I've got the 12th, 14th, that's an 18th edition over there. I've got this one. I've got several. Small Arms of the World by Smith and others. This has the definitive work. It's the work on the subject, and has more information than any other 6 books on guns put together. Well, in today's world of, rather dangerous world that we live in, you're walking down the street with your loved ones. You're worried about those rather ne'er-do-wells walking up the street on the other side. You're worried about a carload of obvious troublemakers coming by and making lots of noise. You're looking around and thinking, okay, we can all duck into that building there, or go down that alleyway if necessary, or cut between these 3 cars. I mean, these are the thoughts that an urban person goes through in their head. The problem is on most coasts, the urban areas are liberal hellholes, full of this kind of scum, and there's only one way out of it, really. Whether you can legally or not, you have a constitutional right to this. And most places have decided that they have codified this constitutional right. And that is to carry a firearm, to carry protection for yourself and your family. Later on, some overblown suit with a legal brief is going to run you through the mill if you have to use it. But at least you'll be alive. And that's the point. At least you'll be alive. And in most places, they'll award you the Citizen of the Year thing. You know, that you'll be a photograph will be taken down at the police station, and everybody you know will be holding a party for you. Or there was a guy at Amazon's supply center recently where all of his coworkers are taking up a fund to buy him a bunch of expensive cigars because he's into cigars, because he saved their lives. Well, anyway, there's been a problem with this for about 300 years or so. And the problem isn't that kings and princes don't want you to carry. It's the fact that, where do you put it? I mean, you don't want to really walk around with a blunderbuss under your arm, especially in the days of, say, pantaloons and sashes. But let me show you the answer that people have come up with. What you're looking at here is my collection of pocket pistols of various kinds. These ones are all black powder. These are all smokeless. The black powder ones are quite interesting. These 2 are Derringers of various kinds. As you can see, this one's I forget what they call it. It was made in Liege, or this style was made in Liege, and the barrel screws on to fill it. This and this are both 31 caliber, cap and ball, and they work quite well. This one doesn't work, but it's good for a demonstration. It's a double-barreled. I think that's at least a 32, maybe a 44. But look at the riflings on that thing. It's amazing. This one is even more unique. It's rather ornate, and it does need some work. But this is a Pinfire revolver of, I think, 31, maybe 30 caliber. I have no idea. And this is a 31 caliber 1849 Colt Wells Fargo. In the days of the revolver, this is a 5-shot. And in the days of the 5-shot cap and ball, this is probably the most concealable one you could get, of that style. The ones in the middle are quite unique. This is the oldest and first. That is a Smith & Wesson series or Type 1. And that was the first pistol ever to make use of, in a commercial way, of the Roland White patent, which was on the bored-through cylinder. All of these are in what was then called 22 rimfire. We now call it 22 short. And in specifics, this is 22 short black powder. None of these can handle smokeless powder. So what you have to do is you get 22 shorts, modern 22 shorts. You pull the bullet. You shake out the powder. You put back in maybe 2 grains of 3F black powder. Then put a BB cap or something, a lead ball or something on top of it, and you can shoot it out of these. I do happen to have a few rare original 22 rimfire short black powder cartridges, but I keep those special because they're kind of collectible. This is the original. These are all later clones. This is a Colt, actually. This one is a Wesson and Harrington. That's Frank Wesson. And this one's a Ivor Johnson, I think. There's many, many others that came out. In the 1870s, there was a flurry of these that came out. Well, that they're just to represent the type. And on the other side here, okay, so these are black powder, but they're centerfire. These are all centerfire. Okay, these two are interesting. These are both North American Arms mini revolvers. This one's in 22 Magnum, and this one's in 22 long rifle. I carry this one as a secondary backup. I usually carry a 38 in my pocket, but this is on my belt in a Leatherman pouch because if you absolutely positively need one, you got to have backup. And it isn't much, but it's better than throwing a rock. This, I don't really know who the manufacturer is. I had to work on it. You can see that it looks awful on this side. That's because this mechanism was totally missing, and this is something I cobbled together to make it work. This is also in 22 Magnum, and the way it works, oh, come on now. The way it works is poorly, right? Is you open it like this to load it, and then there, that works. The lockup works. The mechanism for doing it was missing, so I created one. This is a Mauser, I think it's called a WFP 25 Auto. It's the only 25 Auto I own, but it's good as a demonstration of the type. And this is a Roughneck in 357/38. It's also a double barrel. You can get these in everything from 22 Magnum up to, I think, 45, long Colt. But again, it works similar to that one. You press down and lift up, and there's the how you load it. This section here will fit just about anything. You just pull this pin and put a different barrel in. But it's an interesting pistol. So we're going back from these days of a double-barrel Derringer sort of pistol to a double-barrel Derringer again. What goes around comes around, you know. Anyway, I just thought I would demonstrate a way of keeping what you're doing covert until that moment of absolute need. And I strongly suggest you do so. It's you can be as pontificating a leftist as you like. Not going to do you much good if you're dead. It's not going to do your family any good if you're dead.